Alright guys, so a lot of you have been asking me to show you how to make different plantain recipes. I haven't even had my café yet, but I am about to make breakfast for my family. I'm going to make Mangú, which is on my website, girlgonetravel.com, so just check it. It's basically the same way you would make mashed potatoes, but I'm going to show you something really important that is relevant to any recipe that you would need using a plátano, specifically a green one. Alright, so my husband is taking the video. He's going to show up. Here you go. So to peel a plátano, you cut the two ends off, okay? And now you go on the slit of the plátano with the little edge of the little point of the knife. Okay, I can tell you right now, this particular plantain is a little ripe. I could tell just by, and then usually with this one, I did this one bad. Okay, usually with this, when it's big like that, there you go, see? Now, if I were doing this in front of my grandmother this way, she would this is how it's supposed to lift. She would be, my grandma's rolling in her grave right now the way I just did that. Usually when it's a big side, just cut it in half and it lifts up easier. There you go, see? Because in Dominican culture, a woman that can't peel a plátano perfectly is not ready for even considering marriage. There you go. Okay, that's kind of sloppy. I'm going to do that one again. So, count the ends. I'm following the ridges of the plantain, but I'm also cutting the middle if the side of the plantain is too wide, because I don't want it to, and then I lift up on the edge and I keep lifting up with the knife. There you go. Now I'm doing this a little slower for you guys for the video, but it's really meant to be done pretty fast. There you go. And then for the plantains, all you have to do is kind of mash them up like this. Put them in salted water. And then I'm going to peel these, and then it's going to boil. I'm going to take some of the boil after it's done. You'll know kind of because I'll stick a knife in it, it'll be soft, kind of like what you would do with a potato. And then I'll take it out. I'll mash it up with this. I'll mash it up using water that I boiled it with. I'll leave some water on the side because mashed plantains can get really dry. So if it gets dry or starts cooling off, I use some of the water from the boiling to heat it up and soften it up and mash it up. And I'm going to fry some cheese. Queso de freír is specifically cheese to be fried. It's not just any cheese, it's specifically queso de freír, frying cheese. I'm going to scramble some eggs, and normally they will also use sausage, but I'm not going to do sausage because I love my family. I don't want to kill them in one day. But at least now you know how to peel a plátano. So I hope that's Alright guys, it's done. So basically you can see it's here, honey. Can you zoom in? This is how soft it is. See, I can just break it down with a fork. So notice that I saved some of the boiling water. I put some aside, and then I also saved some. And then because it's so soft, I'm able to just kind of mash it in. Now, this is salted, you know, this was boiled in salted water. Pretty easy. Now, these are about 5 plantains. And this is why Dominican women are super strong. Because if we're not mashing something on the pilon, which is what you guys call the mortar and pestle. Mortar and pestle? What is that? Yeah? Mortar and pestle. Yeah? Okay. We call it a pilon. So either we're mashing something on a pilon or grinding something on a rock or freaking mashing up plantains. Look how nice this is. In just 2 seconds. Here, babe, come up. There you go. And it's okay if it's a little lumpy. Some people get a little like, you know. Now, what I'm gonna do next is I have some onions. Usually I would use red onions, but I didn't have any, so these are like white onions. The red onions are just sweeter. But I'm gonna take these onions and I'm gonna saute them in a small pan. I'm gonna saute them with a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of vinegar, and just saute them really well. And then when they're nice and cooked, I'm going to serve the mixture of onions, a little bit of vinegar, which will probably have already kind of dissipated in the heat and everything. So it'll be like a little vinegary olive oil with some onions with a little bit of salt, and I will serve it over the mangú. In the process of me preparing the onions, the mangú might get a little hard, so that's why I will use a little bit of water, pour it in, and kind of mash it up again so that it has this consistency. All right. All right, guys, so I finished with the onions. I'm gonna add a little bit of this water to kind of warm up the plátanos and make sure that it's nice and soft. Okay. Serve it up. It looks, it's not the prettiest dish. Well, you know. In my blog, when I have the post, a history of Mangú on girlgonetravel.com, it gives you a little kind of folktale, I guess, about Mangú. So there it is. And then this is the onions that I had sauteed. I had put a little bit of salt and pepper on it. Okay. That's it, guys. Man, good. Mangú, enjoy.